Good morning, team. Today we are going to discuss my new Porsche 911. I'm so pumped. I know there's a lot of people out there that want a 911, and I am one of those, but I finally scored it and I got my allocation. So today I am going to go over what the proper build should be, at least in my opinion, the one I'm building. So stay tuned. Let's get into this and let's walk through how to build a really cool 911 Carrera T. Let's go. All right, everybody. So backstory on this Porsche 911 is that I am a huge fan of everything Porsche, really anything German automotive. I was in the military and I was stationed in Germany, and kind of that's where I fell in love with these cars. I remember breaking in my first 328i on the Autobahn, doing 140 miles an hour and getting a ticket that day. Yes, there is speed limits on the Autobahn. They don't tell you that. But I was a young guy and, I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I loved cars. So fast forward 17 years later, 32 cars later, and here I am trying to get my first Porsche, or I guess I should say I did get my first Porsche 911, and I am beyond excited. You have no idea. So I want to build this Porsche so I have something I can go cross country in here in the United States, maybe even do a dream of mine and take it to Nürburgring. That would be amazing. Who knows? We'll see where that goes. But I definitely wanted to talk about this car and why I built it. With today's build, I just really want to focus on something that anybody can jump into, drive it, get on the road, have a really comfortable time, but also take it to the track. I love Laguna Seca in Monterey. I love Coda here in Austin, where I'm at now. So definitely that is my mindset moving forward with this build. Let's jump right into the configurator, and we're going to go right into every single option and see what fits for me, and hopefully it can fit for you too. So stay tuned. All right, here we are in the Porsche configurator. As you can see, you have your standard color options for the Carrera T, which are going to be the white, the black, the guards red, and the racing yellow, all really amazing colors. But you can see for $840, you also have the metallic colors, which are the jet black, GT silver, and the Gentian blue. I think they're fabulous colors, but when you're on the road, all you do is see a lot of black and gray colors, and the blue really isn't for me. Then you have your special colors for $3,200, the Ruby Star Neo, the Shark Blue, which is really popular, Carmine Red, Chalk, which is amazing, and the Icy Gray Metallic. And then for another $13,000, you can do a paint to sample for pretty much any color that you want. So if you're trying to be a big spender, that's a really cool option. I really like a lot of the green tones that are out there. But personally, I really enjoy the Guards Red. So when I was a kid, the Guards Red was the color I always wanted. That felt like it was iconic. It really stood out in the crowd. And, well, I mean, look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous. That side profile is just chef's kiss. Beautiful. All right, so now if we jump down to the wheels, you'll see that the standard wheels come in that nice gray color. It's the Carrera S. It's a 20 by 21 offset, so 20 in the front, 21 inch in the rear. They're really pretty color, but I also like the Carrera exclusive design. These are just, they pop. They look really, really good. And not a bad price, but for me, I was really wanting something even a little bit more different. So I chose the RS Spider Design wheels in that titanium gray. I think it's a fabulous looking wheel, but also the color is just, I mean, look at it. The color matches the gray mirror caps. The Porsche logo in the back is also the same gray, and if you keep the sticker, it all kind of goes together. So big fan of the RS Spider design, and I really think they'll stand out in the crowd of 911s out there. All right, so you can also go down and choose your wheel colors. For some reason, these only pertain to the S wheels, so if you like the S wheels, you can change them to a nice high gloss black or the satin black. I personally don't like black wheels, so I'm just going to stay with the gray color that comes on the RS. So you also have some few wheel accessories. You have the locking wheel bolts and the titanium wheel bolts. I don't need the titanium. I think they're really expensive anyways, but I did want the locking wheel bolts. I've seen a lot of funny stuff out there where cars get their wheels stolen at lots, so on and so forth. Then as you progress down, you'll see that you have the Sportex interior. This is the standard interior. I really, really like this look because it has the checkered Sportex seats that are in it, and on the centers it has like a really cool throwback heritage to the T, to the old school 911. So for me, I am personally going to stay with the standard interior. I think it looks fabulous. So now if we pull up the photo of the interior, you can see the checkered design. It looks really, really good. But you can also upgrade it. You can do the standard Carrera T interior package or Sport Tex. But you know, I'm going to pull up the Sport Tex Lizard. Now, I think at $2,400, this is a really, really cool package. I love how the insides of the seats have that green color. The 911 is in green, but at $2,400, it's a lot. And really, the green kind of doesn't go with my red look, but I definitely think if I was going with a gray tone, this would be a really, really cool option. All right, so now as you go down, you'll see that you have options for different types of seats. The full bucket seats are pretty popular. If I was gonna make this a full track car, I think this is the route I would go. They are quite expensive, but I think they have a really nice look. They're very, very comfortable for the type of seat they are in comparison to other brands. But it is something to consider about. Like if you're going long distance, this might not be the best seat for you. But if you're going track every weekend, the seats are lighter, they have better bolstering and better support. So you can also upgrade these and have some really cool insert designs. You can change colors. As you can see, it continues to add on the price. Just to do the 3D printed body form is pretty much $3,000. I've sat in these seats before, and for the seat that they're actually really, really comfortable. So definitely something to consider. For me, I decided I did not want rear seats in my 911 Carrera T. I think it defeats the purpose. When you are optioned this car out, has a lightweight package. It's meant to be nimble, light, and kind of track oriented if you want it to be, more for the enthusiast. So I didn't want a rear seat. Something to consider too is now when you remove those rear seats, you have a lot of extra space in the back for maybe suitcases, maybe you're hauling something around, equipment, who knows. So something to consider. Now another options for your seats is that you can upgrade to the ventilated seats. Which if you've never had ventilated seats, they cool your body down by sucking air through them, some fans that suck air through. They are pretty good in most cars, but honestly, I don't really care for the look, how it changed it up and took away from that traditional heritage of the T. You can see you get rid of that checkered pattern, which is something I really enjoy. If you don't enjoy, you know, for $840, you can add it and you get a different looking seat, but still very, very good seat. Now, as you progress down, you can actually upgrade the type of seat, like what it does. They come standard with the Sport Seat Plus, which the other models don't. But this is a four-way seat, and something you have to take note is these seats are four-way adjustable. So you can adjust the back and you can adjust the leg section where it goes up and down. But here's the key. You can't go back and forth with the seat. So you have to manually adjust these seats. Something to consider. Really good seat if you don't want to upgrade or pay or have extra weight of the motor that goes back and forth. For me, going long distance, I decided to upgrade to the sport seats. So now for me, I decided to upgrade to the sport seats. The adaptive sport seats are 18-way adjustable with the memory package. I thought this was really important for what I need it for. So traveling long distance, maybe your daily commuter. These seats are supposed to be phenomenal. So now if we jump down to the exterior options, you have a lot of different packages. If you're trying to get that really sporty look for your 911T, you can do the sport design package, which is $4,890, or you can do that same package in the gloss black at $6,680. Something to consider here though, if you were to piece these individually, they are a lot more expensive. You can see you get a different front lip and a different rear end diffuser with a little green inserts. This is the same kit that comes on the Aero kit for the 911S and the GTS, but you just don't get the wing, sadly. I love the wing. If this had the wing, I think I would definitely opt for it. Look at the prices. So if you were to do the sport design package in one package, it actually saves you a lot of money. So something to consider. All right, so you can also choose the window triangle trims in carbon fiber. Just know that this carbon fiber piece is very small and it's actually right behind where the mirrors are on the sides. It would be cool to match the carbon roof, but that's really about it. And then you have the engine compartment, quote, engine compartment cover in titanium gray. It looks nice, but this is only the fan area since you can't expose the engine anymore. Exclusive design fuel cap. That's if you want it or not. I opted out of both. I didn't think they were necessary for me. I did, however, decide to do the front spoiler lip in the exterior color. It's only $640.
Gives it a really aggressive look. This is where you can add different options for your roof. For the T, I don't think it's necessary, it just adds extra weight unless you're doing the carbon fiber. The carbon fiber roof only reduces 5 pounds. You can spend $38.90 on an awesome diet and lose a lot more, so just something to consider. I did, however, opt for the preparation for the roof transport system. All it is the slots. It does not come with the actual transportation system, the roof rack. But I thought it was a cool option for down the road if I'm taking those long trips, giving me some extra space. Now, if we move on to the exterior decals and the logos, I personally don't like any of the decals that came on this car, at least for the red. The singular stripe on the top looks kind of neat in certain colors, but again, it just wasn't really me. But it is a neat option to have if you want to make your car stand out a bit more from the crowd. So down here, you can actually spend $1,000 and have a custom side sticker made, decal made, but you can also spend a lot less in your local community and get something equally as good. You can also decide if you want to get rid of the designation on your back lid to just say 911 or completely get rid of it. I like the Carrera T logo on the back, so I'm actually going to keep mine on there. At least it will showcase what kind of Porsche I have. Okay, so now if we jump into the performance section, there's not a whole bunch to choose from, to be honest. You do have the front axle lift system and a special designed sub-second clock for the Sport Chrono. The front axle lift system really depends on where you live. If I'm in England or Europe where there's a lot of cobblestone, I probably would consider this. But for me, I'm in a pretty good area. Now, when I do travel long distances, it would be nice to have, but honestly, I probably wouldn't use it all that much. All right, if we continue, you have the exclusive design tailpipes in silver. I preferred mine in black, so I'm leaving them. You also have the Power Steering Plus. A lot of people say they can't really tell the difference. It's supposed to be help you maneuver the car at low speed. But honestly, at $280, you could opt in and you'd probably be just fine. If you decide not to opt in, you can actually go down to your dealer and they can do it remotely because it's just a computer package that you can upgrade it. So pretty easy if you decide to upgrade later. All right, one option that I believe is a must for any Carrera T is the rear axle steering. This makes the car so much more planted around corners, handles amazing, and honestly at slow speeds it helps as well. I was really excited for this package because the base Carrera does not have it, but it is optioned for the higher up models. So I think this is definite must, especially for you track people out there that love to hit it hard. You also have the extended fuel range tank. I know a lot of people ask, shouldn't that be standard? Well, if you're really into tracking your vehicle and you want to keep it lightweight, maybe you don't do it. For me, long distance, I think this is a must. All right, and on to probably one spot where I'm going to get a lot of slack. Let me know below in the comments what option you think I should have chose. I opted for the 8-speed PDK. Now hear me out. The PDK is significantly faster, and for my needs, traveling cross country with my wife, I want to be able to hop in the passenger seat, fall asleep while she's driving the car, or whoever. It's a great transmission. I know the 7-speed manual is for the enthusiast, but honestly, I really don't need it for my desired outcome. But maybe you do. But let me know in the comments what you think. Would you have done 7-speed manual? All right, then we'll jump into the lights. There's a lot of options for the lights. I will tell you, just to be quick, that the standard lights are very, very good. I've driven these cars at night and they work just fine. Now, if you notice, the difference with the LED matrix design lights is they have a little oblong rather than circles, but they work really, really well. But the standard ones are just fine. All right, so now if we keep diving into the interior, I do have a question. Should I have done this red inserts on the interior to match my seat belts? I absolutely love the way it looks, but I think it was overbearing, so I actually decided to not do it. And then you can also upgrade to deviated leather. For these leather options interior, I highly suggest you go look for yourself because you can go on for an hour, 2 hours just picking out options. There's a lot of customizations when it comes to interior. You can also do the sport seat plus back seat shells in a painted color. You can see it's $1,900. I think a must for me personally, if you have a bright car on the outside, if you want to make it different, is the red interior seat belts. I chose mine, and I also paired them with the gauges. But then I also jumped into the steering wheels. There's a lot of options. You have the Sportex, and then you have the leather heated. I chose to do just the leather heated with the matte carbon fiber inlays. I think it makes the steering wheel look really good, and I think the leather will last a lot longer than that Alcantara Sportex that Porsche has. You can also choose to paint your key fob. I've seen a lot of people's key fobs get dinged up, scratched, and the paint worn out, so I opted out. As you can see, I did the center tack, the guards red to match my seat belts, the exterior, but I also did the Sport Chrono in red too. Tell me what you think. Was this a good option? I think it looks really, really clean. I think if I would have done the red interior inlays on the dash, it would have been too much, but let me know. I also opted for the fire extinguisher. It's great for track use, good safety feature, and plus it looks pretty cool. Now onto your technology. There's a lot of different packages. For time of this video, I just chose the surround view. I mean, I think it pays the biggest dividends out of all the options there. It's great for maneuvering in tight situations, lets you see all around. Plus, when you're back in your car and trying to park, it gives you those lines that I think are really, really beneficial for these screens and how to park. All right, so if we continue on, you can also add preparation for the dash cam. This is a must for anyone, I think. Track, on road, doesn't matter. You can do an ionizer, which I think helps for those people that have a lot of allergies maybe. It's a better filter system. And then you do the ambient lighting. These cars are kind of dark, so this is something you probably should consider. You can also do a smoking package, but I think you should just quit smoking. All right, team, well, that is my build. As you can see, it came out to $140,350 with just shy of $14,000 worth of options.
All right, team, so that is my build. I built this because this is a car that I want to keep the rest of my life. I want it to be beneficial. I want it to be comfortable, but also sporty. And I think I accomplished that without going overboard on the options. Now, the price is $140,000. It is an expensive car, but I think the way I built it out is going to be just right. If you agree, let me know. Maybe you think I should add something, or maybe I should go back and check something out. I've gotten my allocations not set in stone, so I can change things as I want for another few months. But if you're new here, please go subscribe. I love talking cars. I love chatting about cars. Doesn't matter what it is, I am willing to discuss it, especially with people like yourself. The car scene enthusiasts are some of my favorite people to work with and communicate with. So definitely go follow me on Instagram at Talk Cars. Subscribe here, like this video, and you know what? Stay passionate. Keep driving, guys. Let's go.